zooming out broadly on the KGB, how powerful was the KGB? What role did it play in this whole story of the Soviet Union?
It depends on the period. At the time that we just described, late 50s and early 60s, they were not powerful at all. And the reasons for that was that people like Khrushchev were really concerned about the secret police becoming too powerful. It became too powerful in their mind under Stalin, under Beria. And it was concern about the Beria's power as a secret police chief that led to the coup against Beria, and Khrushchev come into power, and Beria was arrested and executed. And what Khrushchev was trying to do after that was trying to put, since 54, the name was already KGB under his control. So he was appointing the former Komsomol leaders as the heads of the KGB, so the people who really owed everything to him, that sort of position. And the heads of the KGB were not members of Politburo. It changed in the 70s with Andropov, where KGB started to play again very important role in the Soviet history. And let's say decisions on Afghanistan and the Soviet troops marching into Afghanistan were made by the, apart from Brezhnev, by the trio of the people who are not, would be called today Siloviki, maybe, or not all of them were Siloviki, but one, of course, was Andropov, the head of the KGB, another was the Minister of Defense, and then there was Secretary in charge of the Military-Industrial Complex, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So, but the head of the KGB became really not just the member of Politburo, but the member of that inner circle. And then the fact that Andropov succeeds Brezhnev is also a manifestation of the power that KGB acquired really after Khrushchev in the 1970s and then going into the 1980s.
Who was more powerful, the KGB or the CIA during the Soviet Union?
The CIA, it's the organization that is charged with the information gathering and all sorts of operations, including assassinations in the 50s and 60s abroad. The KGB was the organization that really had both the surveillance over the population within the Soviet Union and also the operations abroad, and its members, its leaders were members of the inner circle for making decisions. Again, from what I understand about the way how politics and decision work and decisions are made in the United States, the CIA, the chief of the CIA is not one of the decision making group that providing information. Yes, so I would say it's not day and night, but their power, political influence, political significance, very different.
Is it understood how big the KGB was? How widespread it was, given its secretive and distributed nature?
Certain things we know, others we don't, because the Stasi archives are open and most of the KGB, especially in Moscow, they're not. But we know that the KGB combined not only the internal sort of secret police functions at home and counterintelligence branch and intelligence branch abroad, but also the border troops, for example, right? So really institutionally, it was a huge mammoth. And another thing that we know, we can sort of extrapolate from what we know from the Stasi archives, that the surveillance at home, the surveillance was really massive. The guess is the Soviets were not as effective and as meticulous and as scrupulous and as methodical as probably as Germans were. But that gives you a basic idea of how penetrated the entire society was.